thank you again. It's a thrill to be back speaking with this group again for the third time for me now. Those of you that know me, I again am the executive director for ABC, and my daughter's not with me, but bear with me while I brag about my little girls for about 2 minutes before I get on to my presentation. This is the first picture I ever saw of my daughter Anna. I adopted her from China, and she was 4.5 years old when she came home. Anna had failed exstrophy when she came home to me, and she's since been repaired. I lived in Seattle at the time, so we were on the other side of the country, and worked with Dr. Grady and his team to get her treated with a complete repair. And she has healed very nicely. I love this picture. You can see she's going, I don't think I want a cat. But she does it very well now, and she's quite independent. But she's now 9 years old, and you can see she's a very well-adjusted and beautiful young girl, and really one of the two lights of my life. I have another daughter from China as well. So that's my little story, my introduction, and why I am up here today leading the ABC into its next phase of growth. Our goal has always been and continues to be a hub of information where all parents everywhere globally can go and connect with other families, with medical experts, and learn about treatments and support. And I always am so humbled when I stand up here every year and look at Dr. Gerhardt's patients, and the fact that you all can come together every year as a picnic, and you're fortunate because these types of support groups are not everywhere, and it's really nice that you're able to connect. So ABC tries to connect families with other ways, one being the internet and the hub, and then through smaller support groups throughout the world. Last year, we finally got our website updated. How many of you have been to the new website? Good, a few. Boy, there's a lot that still need to go out there. So please, go and visit us if you've never heard of us. We really are a hub of information. We provide information that's written for families, not on a medical level, but very much on a level that we all can understand. And someone's visiting us because in the first 4 months of this year, we've had over 6,000 visitors to our website. And they're coming in from all over the world. So we're answering a lot of questions and providing a lot of support. We also launched last fall our webinar series. How many have participated in any of our live webinars? Good, we've got a couple. And Marlo was gracious enough to be a speaker with us last fall, doing tips on preparing your children for surgery. And we're bringing these webinars out about once every 4 to 5 to 6 weeks. Pinning down the experts is our biggest challenge as I look at Dr. Gerhardt and publicly say, well, we need to get you on the calendar.
I think Cody's got that.
Yeah, we've got it. Yeah, Cody and I've got that figured out. But in all sincerity, it's scheduling the doctors to, in their busy schedules, to be the expert guest speakers every month is my greatest challenge. But they are coming, and we're actually getting into a rhythm and getting this really off the ground. We have another webinar next Thursday. Dr. Doug Canning out of Philadelphia Children's Hospital is our guest speaker this month. And then we're going to be having a team panel before school starts in either late August or early September, where we're going to have some teens joining and talking and doing a panel and having questions and answers. We get an average between 100 and 130 participants that call in live to every webinar. And the last count I had, I went from 18 countries. So we really, again, are reaching a global audience. And then we archive the webinars and we put them up on the website, and we kind of rotate them. So if you didn't have an opportunity to participate live, they are out there archived in our library, and we continue to add them again on a monthly basis. And I do want to just give a thank you out to Dr. Lee Goda, who is the founder, who Dr. Gerhardt talked about. His organization, WebCME, generously provides me, his staff, to put these webinars together. We still need to, furnish the cost, but he does give me his support staff to make this happen. So that's an incredible philanthropy on his part and how he continues to support the organization. We also do a lot of support through our Facebook site, email, phone, and one-on-one parent mentoring. I went through and I keep track of all of the inquiries that I get, and I personally spoke with 182 families last year, and again, from around the world. And I, again, want to make a shout out to Dr. Gearhart. A lot of times these questions that come into me personally are very technical in nature, and I don't know how to answer them, and I reach out to my medical advisory board. And I have to say, Dr. Gearhart, 100% of the time, has answered every single question I've posed to the board. And he's usually the first one to answer. So I appreciate your ongoing commitment to this organization. We also have a growing database of people, and again, it looks like I could probably grow it by another 50 or 60 in this room today. We do carry a large database, and I think that is really important in regards to my medical advisory board, because our organization reaches broadly, again, across the globe, and from all economic levels and from all different countries. And I'm excited to work with the medical advisory board to see how ABC can become more involved, because we have a really broad audience, and in the research and in the statistics and the data, I know more can be done with the families that I reach that's beyond this room. You guys asked for it, and it's here. Of course, I'm freaking out because it's here in like 5 weeks. ABC has done several conferences over the years, and for the past 6 years, we were not able to provide one because we had kind of dipped in membership, and our funding had slowed down, but we're back, and we're having this conference again on August 1st. Seattle Children's has offered to host this conference this year. ABC traditionally has moved the conference from city to city every year, and so we like to move around and ask different hospitals different years to host it. And so this year, again, it'll be in Seattle, and it's August 1st, and so any of you that are able to come, you're welcome to come. We hope Dr. Gearhart will be there to speak if it meets with his schedule. But we really we bring in doctors from all over, again, to do a similar session to like here. But again, to reach out to families that don't have the benefit of the small community and the tight community that you have here. Can we support our community on a global level? We are planning on streaming this live to, again, our global audience, and then recording it and making it available to everyone afterwards. So we're very excited about this, and look forward to the conferences again to come in years to come. We also do a lot of parent workshops, again, as our hub. It's really not ABC's parent workshops and picnics, it's your parent workshops and picnics. I just put them up on our website, so go to the events page and see what's going on. We had, there was just a picnic in Spain, in Australia. There was one a couple weeks ago in the UK. Spain is holding a workshop the first week of August. We have the Great Lakes camp out. We have the Lake Tahoe camp out. If you're wanting a more casual atmosphere where you can spend a couple of days with families on a very casual level. So there's a lot of events and support, smaller support groups going on. If there's anything that you're doing in your community that you want to advertise, just send it to me and I'll get it out on the website. I'll put it out on Facebook and all of our social media sites, so other families that are close in your proximity can learn what's going on as well. This year, I am proud to announce that ABC has launched a medical care fund. And it just kind of happened organically, as nonprofits do. I was talking with a family in Salt Lake City, And she was telling me that her son was very nervous to be having his bladder reconstruction surgery, which she's having done in July, and that he felt that he was the only child out there with exstrophy. Again, he doesn't come to an annual picnic and had never met another child with bladder exstrophy. And I had shared with her that I had just received an email from an orphanage in Uganda, and they were pleading with me to see if I could somehow help this little girl who was relinquished because her family couldn't take care of her. And I was sharing with Leah this story. And she called me back a couple days later and she said, I can't get this little girl out of my mind. And I've told Nick about her and he wants to help. And so we're going to put together a fundraiser for you and we're going to give you 100% of the proceeds. And I was blown away. And I'm thinking, wow, this is cute. They're going to do a little, lemonade stand or something in Salt Lake City. Well, she called me a few weeks later and she goes, we decided to do an art show. And I'm getting kind of blown away because it's growing so big that I don't know how to handle it. We have 50 artists that have provided their artwork pro bono. They've donated it to Nick's art show. And again, 100% of the proceeds are going to ABC Surgery Fund. So long story short, on the day of, I think it was May 2nd or May 4th, I set up so the payments could come into my cell phone. And I'm sitting there and I keep seeing all these payments coming in. And oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And Leah said, how much do you need to raise? And I said, at a minimum, in order to get Helen's surgery, I need $15,000. And she said, at the end of the day, she said, we raised $7,500 with the art that we had done, but the space that they had been donated for the art show stood up at the end of the day and said that they were going to match everything that was raised that day. So we made our goal in 4 hours. It was amazing. So Helen, I've been working through the passport and her travel information and have set up her surgery with a hospital in India. And so the funds are going to pay for her travel and her hospital stay. And Dr. Asim Shukla from CHOP is doing her surgery as a contribution to the funds. So that'll be happening. I just got an email from him last night. January 18th is her surgery, and we're working towards getting her there. Simultaneous, like I said, I had 182 emails or calls last year, and I got another email from a gentleman in Pakistan who has a little girl, 3 years old, who had a failed surgery in Pakistan, and he was just beside himself. She was very infected, she was in a lot of pain, and he said, can you help me? I'm like, oh, I hope I can. I hope I can help you. Again, let me get back to you and let me see what I can do. And I happened to be traveling with Dr. Pity Sally at the time, and he is located in Qatar. And he said, I will do the surgery at no charge in Qatar if you can get her there. And so he and I reached out to the Qatar Foundation, and they are transporting her from Pakistan to the city hospital in Qatar, and that surgery is August 5th. So I think I've created something that's going to continue to grow, because I have 5 or 6 surgeries that are kind of lined up, waiting to be funded, and then we can start to schedule them. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these kids are in remote locations, and like Dr. Gearhart said, it's really expensive and very hard sometimes, just from the visa standpoint, to get them here. But if we can find places in other parts of the countries, and then we bring the surgeons to them rather than them to the U.S., they're still getting the same expert care, just in not in the Hopkins setting, but at least they're being taken care of. So please go out and see. Again, hopefully this will continue to grow as we continue to raise funds for this.